Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is ReNDoG coming at you from yet another episode of Let's Play Hearthstone Beta. In the previous episode, we managed to defeat our very first hero, the Paladin, and in this episode, my friends, we are going to be taking on the Hunter. But before we get to that battle, I want to show you guys the tweaks that I've done to our deck from the previous episode. So please sit back and relax, my cyber diggity dogs. Let's sling some freaking cards. Alright guys, since the previous episode, I have been tweaking our deck a little bit, and I think that I've come across a strategy that's going to be much stronger than that janky ass Murloc strategy that we had going on in the previous episode. You know, those Murlocs are only really good if you get them early on in the game, and they don't have a lot of health, so most of those Murlocs get murdered by things like Arcane Explosion and other mass removal spells. So the conclusion that I came to was I wanted to build a deck where all of my minions had a fat ass, number one, and number two, all of my minions, well, most of my minions do something awesome when they come into play. So those are the two strategies that I am going to try out in today's episode. And basically, we've got two overarching strategies going on up in this new deck over here. Number one, what I want to do is support this 7-mana 6/6, the Stormwind Champion, who gives our other minions +1/+1, and this Frostwolf Warlord, the 5-mana 4/4 that gains +1/+1 for each other friendly minion on the battlefield. Now, for these two cards to be highly effective, we basically need to have minions on the battlefield. We need them to stay there on the battlefield. When we get to 5 mana and when we get to 7 mana, we want to have minions alive. And that means we should be playing with minions that have like a high durability or a high survivability, and not be playing with those janky ass 1/1s and 2/1 Murlocs. And so I've tweaked the deck slightly to improve this overall strategy of curving out into these big ass creatures. And starting with our 2-drops, we've got the Elven Archer, who does 1 damage to something when it comes into play, and this is obviously a really good card to play in the beginning because it takes out those early creatures. We're also going to be including Arcane Missiles and Arcane Explosions so that we can have a little bit of crowd control in case our opponents rush us with a whole bunch of like really small minions. We've also got this Frostbolt, which is just a good spell. It's 3 damage, it freezes something, it's pretty sweet. And then when we move into the fat ass creatures of our 2-drops, we've got the River Crocolisk, our good old buddy from the tutorial. He did really well in the tutorial. We've also got this Dalaran Mage, which increases spell damage by 1, which is really, really good because essentially it turns our hero ability, the Firebolt that our hero can cast, into a 2 damage ability, and it turns our Fireball into a 7 damage ability, and the Dalaran Mage is a 1/4, so he's pretty freaking sweet. At the 3-mana slot, we've also got the Ironfur Grizzly, which has Taunt and is a 3/3. So he just has really good stats for 3 mana, and that's why I've included him over there. We've also got this 2/3 for 3 mana, the Razorfen Hunter, and not only does he have a nice fat 3 ass, he also summons a boar onto the battlefield, which helps to strengthen our Frostwolf Warlord and Stormwind Champion strategies. At 3 mana, we've also got a Shattered Sun Cleric, which gives a friendly minion +1/+1. Again, just a nice, good, efficient creature. We've also just got a 1 of the Silverback Patriarch, a 1/4 with Taunt. Just another fat-ass creature over there. We've got our Fireball. We've got our Polymorph. We've got our Ogre Magi at 4, which again increases our spell damage by +1. And we also have an Archmage, which also increases spell damage by +1 at 6 mana. So basically what I want to do is when I get to 6 and 7 mana, I want to be able to beef up my spells. I want to beef up my hero spell and my Fireball spell with these sweet ass creatures over here. So guys, I think we've got a pretty sweet ass deck going over here. I think this is definitely going to be better than that Murloc monstrosity that we made in the previous episode. Alright cyberdogs, so without further ado, let's take out another one of these heroes. We're going to be using the new Cyberdog Slingers deck. I think it's looking pretty freaking sweet. Let's choose this one, and next up on our hit list is going to be the Hunter. So let's play this butthole. And it's time to freaking battle, man. Oh man, I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited to see if our new deck is actually gonna kick some serious ass. It's the big ass strategy, man. That's what's going on over here. But there's also some other cool synergies going on.
Versus Rexxar.
Oh, we're playing Rexxar? Sweet!
You asked for it.
He's like one of my favorite Dota heroes, man. Alright, let's have a look at what we've got over here, guys. We've got a 2-mana Arcane Explosion to take care of any early minions, and we've got our Iron Fur Grizzly at 3 mana. So I think I probably want to keep the Arcane Explosion and keep the Iron Fur Grizzly. You know what? We can send back the Frostwolf Warlord for now. We only need him at 5 mana, so we will replace him, I think. And let's see what we get. Something earlier, 2-drop. Alright, we get a 1/4 with spell damage 1, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with these cards, actually. And Rexar didn't do anything on that side of things. We picked up our Frostbolt, so next turn we'll be able to either Frostbolt or Arcane Explosion, unless we draw a 2-mana minion. So that's pretty sweet. I think we're off to a good start over here. What is Rexar doing? Look at the top 3 cards of your... What was that? Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, draw 1 and discard the others. Damn, son, that is so good. I want that so badly. Like, this card helps you draw cards as well as filter through your deck and get the cards that you need. Guys, I think we want to be a hunter, man. Check, we drew our Crocolisk, which is so sweet. So let's play our 2/3. Pretty efficient creature, really happy with this guy. Next turn, we're going to play our Dalaran Mage to pump up our Fire Blast power. And what have we got here? We've got a Raptor. So that's pretty good. We could just take it out with this spell. But I think what I want to try and do is develop my board a little bit further. You know, guys, what I've realized is that we don't really need to use our creatures to take out their minions. Like, what we should be doing is sending our minions to our opponent's face. And if our opponent wants to use their minions to trade with our minions, we're okay with that. But in this situation, for example, if I had just taken out his Raptor with my Crocolisk, I'm going to lose the Crocolisk and he's going to lose the Raptor, but then I lose my board position. So I think I kind of want to leave the attacking in the hands of my opponent. This is a new strategy that I want to try out now. I want to see if this is actually going to work or not. I want to play my Dalaran Spell Mage over here. He's going to beef up our hero power by 1, I think. Oh no, it doesn't beef up hero powers. Okay, it only beefs up spell damage. But you know what? That's kind of sweet, man. This Frostbolt now deals 4 damage, which is pretty epic. And it looks like he's going to try and take out my Dalaran Mage. But you know what? This Arcane Explosion now deals 2 damage, which is pretty awesome. Which means, essentially... Let's see, how can we deal with this most efficiently? First and foremost...
You must attack that minion.
Oh yeah, okay, so we do need to take out the Gorilla, right? Okay, so this is going to be the best way to do this. Let's own the Gorilla with the Crocolisk, and then deal 2 damage to each of his minions, clearing his board and maintaining our board presence. So that's looking pretty freaking sweet. And we can either just send 1 damage to his face, or deal 4 damage to a character and freeze it. Frozen characters lose their next attack. Well, he doesn't have a weapon at the moment, so that doesn't really bother me. I think I'll hang on to the Frostbolt and just send 2 to his face right now. And this is so awesome. Like look at the little glowing bits on top of this Dalaran Mage, and when you scroll over it, or you don't even need to scroll over it, you can actually just see the cards that this card is affecting. That is just such good game design, man. Oh, this game is so sweet. Alright, what do we got here? Deal 3 damage to 2 random enemy minions. Alright, that was a pretty good card. Jeez, man, 4 mana. But it is random though, you know, and random, I don't know, random cards are... I don't know if they're good or not. Like, you're relying on like the heart of the cards, right, when you use random cards, and I've never really been a fan of random things. I think I don't know, it can swing both ways, right? Alright, so check it out, right? We've got a polymorph over here. So I think the best thing to do over here, I think I'm going to polymorph this thing. Because it's a 2/7, right? So it's pretty beefy. But I'm not going to attack it with my beggar. I'm just going to attack him directly. If he wants to send his sheep at my 3/3, that's fine. And you know what? He has to send the sheep at the 3/3 because my 3/3's got taunt. So this is actually a way better strategy, guys, than the previous episodes, right? Instead of trying to kill his creatures with our creatures, let him kill his own creatures. So now he had to waste a card to get rid of our guy. So I'm totally cool with that. Alright, so he's used his hero power, which is 2 damage. Slightly better than our power, unfortunately. He's got a 2/3 and a 1/1. We've got Arcane Explosion over here, so we could potentially... We could try Arcane Missiles. It's only one mana, right? So we might as well try. If we can get 2 damage done to this guy, then we might be off to the races. Well, he's a 2/2 now, right? So I'm gonna send a Crocodile at my opponent's face, at Rexar's freaking butthole, and if he attacks my 2/3, he's gonna lose his 2/3, and I will be left with a 2/1. So that's pretty awesome, I think. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna hang on to my mana over here. I'm gonna hang on to my cards. We could just send a Fire Blast at his face. There we go. Like, all of these cards are like removal spells, right? So I don't really want to use them until I really have to use them. And there we go. Exactly what... You see, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Check it out, right? He lost his minion, but I kept my minion, which means that I can do another 2 damage to Rexar. So that's absolutely epic. And we drew this awesome Elvish Archer, right? So this guy's going to come into play.
One shot.
Dealing 1 damage to this guy. And, oh man, I think I may have messed that up, actually. Right, 2 damage to Rexar's face. And, yeah, we're gonna have to do 1 damage and 3 damage. Yeah, I messed that one up. What I should have done is just polymorph that creature. But it's okay, Rexar's approaching 8 mana over here, so I'm expecting some sort of beastly card to come out. Yeah, another 9/5, so, yeah, we've got our polymorph in hand here. That's pretty good. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is perfect. Now, check it out, guys. We're going to polymorph his 10/5. Then Arcane Explosion. Goodbye, both of your creatures. Send 3 to the face. Oh, yeah, I messed that one up again. My bad. Okay, we're going to play the Shattered Sun Cleric to give one of our minions +1/+1.
The sun well.
Can he give himself +1/+1? Yes, he can. Alright, sweet. Oh, that didn't actually work. Okay, so let's give the Crocodile +1/+1. There we go. Alright, sweet. So we've maintained a board presence. Rexar is on 13, quickly approaching death. He's just made a 1/1. That's going to do nothing. Oh, it's got charged right. So that was pretty good. Alright, he's bringing the pain, man. I need to draw some good cards now. Oh, hello, Bomb. Sweet. So we can play our Stormwind Champion and use the Fire Blast at the same time. So that's pretty awesome. So what happens if we play our Stormwind Champion? We'll be able to attack for 2. We'll be able to attack for 5. So let's play the champion, see what we're working with over here. Alright. So we could trade over here and be left with a 6/6. Or we can just go 6 to the face. Yeah, we're going 6 to the face right now.
Push forward.
Like, if he attacks into my creatures, he's going to lose both of his minions. But I will be left with a 6 power minion. Like, without a doubt, right? And I think what I want to do over here, guys, is deal 2 damage, or deal 1 damage to this one. Yeah, I'm going to deal 1 damage to this one because it would make sense for him to attack my 2/2 with his Houndmaster so that the Houndmaster wouldn't die. But now, if he attacks my 2/2, he's going to lose his Houndmaster. That is some sweet strategy right there, man. Yeah, that's going to do nothing. Alright, he's looking at the top cards of his library again. That card is so good, man. I want that card so much. Alright, so we are back to... Well, we just got owned, basically. But we did get our sweet-ass Frostwolf Warlord. And I think what we're probably going to have to do is trade with this 4/2.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, we'll trade with the 4/2. And, oh man, I'm such a noob. I should have played the Frostwolf Warlord before losing my minion, because then he would have been a 5/5. So, yeah, that's my bad. Man, I gotta tighten up around here. I'm playing loose. Damn. It's been a long day, guys, okay? My freaking brain isn't working properly. Alright, he's gonna take out my Frostwolf Warlord. But he lost 2 cards for that, so I'm happy with that. Alright, here's our 2/3 that makes a 1/1 boar. So I'm happy to cast that. And we're both in a position where we're drawing cards off the top. So, and Rexar's on 6 though, so guess who's winning this race? It's me. Now, if we draw one of our other bombs, that would be absolutely amazing. But I'm still happy with that. We still maintain our 2-3. We get our Elven Archer, which is going to deal 1 to the face.
Suck steel, swine.
I think I'm just going to hold on to the Archer for now. The Archer is basically a guaranteed damage to Rexar. So I'm going to hold on to it like almost as like a damage spell, right? I'm not going to treat it as a minion. I want to treat it as a spell. So he's going to the face, which is really dumb. This thing does nothing. And that's the game. Fireball to Rexar's butthole. Oh, that was epic. Oh man, I definitely played super loose there though. Loads of mistakes in that game. But I'm definitely much happier with this deck. Like, this deck feels so much stronger than the previous rendition. Like, every card we draw seems to be really, really strong, and the minions seem to synergize quite nicely with each other. So that's awesome. Let's see what cards we managed to pick up on the off the back of this victory. And we've unlocked the Hunter, which means we've probably unlocked those sweet-ass cards that he was using. Which is excellent.
You got a new quest.
We got a new quest.
Play game in play mode, and you'll earn an expert pack.
Sweet! Okay, well, it looks like we've got our mission for the next episode, guys. We're going to be playing a human. Wow, I'm actually quite nervous. I've just suddenly got a huge wave of nervousness, man. Like, playing other humans is always much more freaking nerve-wracking than playing a computer. But that's what we're going to be doing in the next episode, guys. We're going to be achieving first freaking blood. We've taken out the Hunter, though. Very, very happy with that. Very happy with the new deck. Not so happy with my play errors in this game, but I think we did pretty well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It's been ReNDoG playing Hearthstone. And if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. We will see you in the next episode where we will be taking on our very first human opponent. And not sure if we're going to be able to do it or not, but I'm going to do my best. See you in the next video, my guys. We'll see you in the next video, my friends. Goodbye, everybody!